Along an unsuspecting road in Portugal, we stumbled upon a hidden, overgrown property. Drawn by our curiosity, we decided to step inside and see what stories it held within its walls. To our surprise, we learned that the property had only been abandoned since 2019, just a few short years ago. Yet inside, it felt like a lifetime had passed. Scattered around, the fragments of a young family's life, photographs capturing smiles and moments, toys left as if waiting for the children to return, and personal belongings so carefully arranged. It seemed as though someone had left with hope of coming back. But that return never came. What could have caused such a sudden departure? Had tragedy struck, or was it something else that had led them away, leaving everything as it was? Despite all our effort to uncover the family's story, their fate remains a mystery. We will explore this home with the utmost respect, honoring the memories within, and offering one final tribute to a family story who deserves to be remembered. Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie, like usual behind the camera, Mr. Danny.
Hello everyone.
And we are exploring another incredible mansion in the country of Portugal. But this time we got a little bit of a different story for you all. Normally we always have a very elaborate story about the people that used to live there. But this time it's surrounded completely in mystery.
Yeah.
These people sort of disappeared in 2019, 4 years ago, and left this complete mansion house behind with everything in place. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The story, the family disappearing, leaving everything behind.
And it's not that these people were like old, they were like middle age. That's the mysterious part about it.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we're starting off this video inside of a chapel, and this is a private chapel of the house. So that means that these people are also fairly wealthy, as you could say.
Yeah.
It's kind of a modern chapel. It's one of the most modern ones that we have seen so far in Portugal, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a very beautiful one though, nonetheless. So
Yeah.
here these people came to pray. They were definitely religious in that fact. And yeah, they had their own private chapel. Let's just have a look at it.
Yeah, it's not much. I feel like there's a lot of seats and stuff missing, but
Yeah, definitely.
still beautiful to see.
Maybe they haven't used it in a long time.
Oh, most likely, yeah.
So a private priest would be here praying?
No.
Just be a family member?
It's just a praying place.
Okay.
There's no priest. I mean, if you want to make a ceremony in your house, you can, because you have a chapel.
For example, you can have a marriage in your own house?
No, I don't think, no.
No?
No,
That's
I
not a
don't
thing?
think that, no, because they don't have the proper equipment and stuff.
Ah, okay.
But for example, if you want to have a small baptism or something like that, I think you can.
Okay, very cool. Here we have that sort of vault that you always see in a church that's worked into the altar, and the priest always keeps his wine and stuff like that in there, where you can drink from during the mass. And look at these beautiful stained glasses that we have also in here. Very small ones, but very beautiful ones in general. Okay, yeah, I really love that they had a private chapel attached to their house. So that definitely is going to tell us something about their house. And I hope we can solve this mystery and see where they went or what happened to them.
Yeah.
Let's go outside. What a beautiful piece. Oh, look how overgrown it is, Danny. Oh my gosh. This thing has completely been taken over by ivy, and I think it hasn't been used in a very long time. Here we get the first glimpse of the mansion itself. Come have a look a little bit closer. You can even see the tile work on there from Santa Rita. Wow. Yeah, you can definitely tell from this backyard that nobody has been here in 4 years after these people left it behind. I really like the style of this house. It's sort of a balcony wrapping around.
Oh yeah,
It's quite special.
it's different, definitely.
It looks a little bit like the Chandelier Chapel, or not really,
Not
no.
really.
No.
No, it's really different, really different.
Yeah, very special style. Look at the enormous chimney that we have on top of the house. Wow. And they also had barns down below here, storage areas. Before we go in, I want to go have a look on that side of the house to see if there's anything special to see. This is all completely taken over. Like I feel like I'm walking through some sort of a jungle. What are these plants? Are they like rhubarber or something?
Sorry, I didn't hear
No,
you.
I don't know the name of these plants. I was just trying
me
to get the
neither.
name.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Wow. Here you can get another glimpse of the side of the house. You can see how completely overgrown it is. And I saw this fountain over here as well. I really love it. It looks like it has a cannon over there that's going to spout water out of it. What does it say on it? Do you know?
Quis se confie. It's old Portuguese, like
Old Portuguese.
writing.
You know what I love the most about this fountain is this solar clock that we have over here. You see it? I think it probably didn't function pretty well because there are trees above it, so it has no sunshine. But I really love the style and shape, and it's a beautiful fountain. Okay, Danny, now it's time to go inside of this place and uncover the mysteries that this place has to behold. Let's go over there. Like usual, I get caught. All kinds of plants everywhere. Gonna make our way over this overgrown stairway to the house itself. Whew. I love the shape of it. And if I'm not mistaken, this door over here is gonna take us inside of this place. Everything is just wide open, waiting for an explorer to come in here and uncover the story of these people. And it's actually pretty funny. The first room that we end up in when we go into this house is the bathroom. And here you can already see the signs that they supposedly just left without taking anything. Their bath towel is still hanging here on the bathtub. The soap bar is still over there. Everything is just left behind like the day they used to still live here in 2019. Even those brushes and everything. I love
ones.
these.
Yeah,
They look like the island of Açores. Maybe they got it from there.
Maybe.
Because that's the cow island, everybody. The Portuguese cow island. Pretty interesting. Yeah, all their equipment and cleaning products and everything you can imagine is still here. Spider webs are slowly taking everything over. Crazy. Wow, this door is massive and beautiful.
Wow.
I love the handle, the locking mechanism that we have on there. And this leads us through this sort of archway into the next room.
This means that this was built
Later on. Yeah. You can also see it over here. Everything has been constructed later.
Yeah.
I think this is in general a very old house. I think maybe early 1900s it could have been.
Probably.
Something like that. I don't know the exact date of it. The ironing board, all their clothing pins, everything you can imagine still left here. Why is there a small ironing board here?
So, when you want to iron jeans, you put the whole, or for example, a sleeve. You can put a sleeve in here because this is too large.
Oh.
This is small to put a sleeve in.
Yeah, I don't do ironing myself. I actually never iron my clothes.
Yeah, I do. I love that.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
This
Wow.
is a huge chimney.
This is one of the largest ones I've ever seen. That's insane, Danny. We were just talking outside about the chimney above the house.
Yeah.
And here you can see it from the inside and it's even more extravagant. But wouldn't this make the house very cold because there's no insulation up there?
True.
But you're also in Portugal, so it doesn't
Yeah.
get very cold over here.
I mean, it gets cold, but not that cold. Yeah. Also, these rocks are very cold, so
Yeah, it's true.
it's not something that is gonna heat up.
I love the style and shape of this kitchen. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything is very traditional to my eye, and just everything is also left behind. For example, this big pot that I would say, why are there blankets in there? Portugal. This big pot over here reminds me of like a witch who's cooking a poison or something like that. Small cooking places over here. The garlic still neatly hanging there. Wow. Is this some sort of a scale that we have?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like I said, everything still neatly laying in this house. Beautiful, beautiful porcelain.
Wow.
Of course. Oh, this is an old one. 1946. Viana, Portugal. And they
Yeah, he already broke.
They already broke it a couple of times and they tried to glue it up again. Oh my gosh. Let's put this back very carefully because I can feel it like it can break any time now. And then this is sort of a bread oven if I'm not mistaken, right? Or a pizza oven.
We just call it a stone oven.
Stone oven.
Or a wood oven for wood. We don't. It's not just for bread. We just cook whatever we want. We even cook dishes inside of it.
Oh, this is heavy. No, they probably used it as storage later on. I see that there's a lot of chemicals and stuff like that in here. Oh. Okay, I just opened the
trash can
by accident. Let's put it all back nicely.
Close the bin.
Yeah,
Nice.
I closed the bin. Beautiful, beautiful cooking area over here. And I love above there's also all these pots and stuff like that left behind. These traditional jars that we don't know the purpose of yet. All these porcelain, these clay pieces that we have above here. This is all made in Portugal, I think, right?
Oh yeah, that's handmade.
Very Portuguese. In the kitchen area themselves, everything's still left behind, like I told you before. The towel still neatly hanging there, while the window is completely broken over here.
Let me show that up close. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe
Completely
that's the
gone.
reason why they left this behind. Maybe the house was like slowly starting to become unlivable and they decided to move somewhere else.
Probably.
But why did they take everything with them? That's like a question I
I don't know
cannot
as
figure
well.
out in my head. Have you seen this wooden bench underneath here?
Oh wow.
It's beautiful. It's made from a log. And the termites
Starting to.
have already made
Deteriorating
some
it.
piles on top of there. I love the archway over here.
And the lamp.
The lamp as well, yeah. Also very beautiful. This is sort of an area in the kitchen where you could have breakfast in the morning,
Yeah.
where you could sit and just
It's kind of an island.
Yeah.
A kitchen island.
cook
kind
in
of.
island, yeah. There are bottles of wine,
Completely filled.
yeah. Still even sealed and everything. Never been consumed. Boas festas.
Happy holidays. Or happy. Yeah, happy holidays.
Fino de Porto.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, colheita particular is their own. How do I explain that?
Their
It's
own
like-
make.
No, yeah, their own wine or someone else's own wine that they gave it to them.
The whole cabinet still filled with all the porcelain, all the cups and glasses and everything. Look at this old machine over here. I have no clue what it would do. I think maybe it's a can opener or something, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Let's see what's behind you here. Yeah, the scale and everything with all the weights still left behind. I'm so curious to find anything relating to this family to see what happened to them. Oh, everything is still completely filled. I love these cabinets. They have such a unique style as well.
Yeah.
This looks like a little bit of a medieval house or a medieval castle
Yeah,
look.
it has some accents to it.
Yeah, when we go through this kitchen. Electricity doesn't work anymore. And here we come into some sort of a dining room, I would say. Yeah, it's a dining room, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And the family would come in here and just have dinner together. You can see a newspaper lying here. This one is from, the, if I'm not mistaken, from the 29th of August 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the last dates that these people were inside of this place, right before they left it behind. Oh, everything still neatly in this cabinet over here. Nothing they took, literally nothing.
Oh. There's a lot of chairs in this room.
Yeah, I was already looking at it. I was like,
I don't know.
this room
why.
seems a little bit overthrown, right?
Not overthrown, but just a bunch of chairs in the same room.
I think the family was also quite big. I don't know how big exactly, but the family seems to be have been quite big. All the things are still standing on top of the cabinet over here. Plants, they are obviously fake.
Yeah.
And above it, we have a depiction of a dinner party in some time period.
I think this is the last. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the Last Supper. But
Oh yeah, I see 12 people.
Yeah,
4, 6, these are 12, yeah.
Yeah, depicted in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one behind you is also pretty amazing.
Oh, that's of a hunting pavilion, and then with all the dogs and everything with it. You can see the horns that they used to blow to start and stop the hunting.
Wow.
And then the table itself as well over here. This big this big porcelain thing on top. See, even still some equipment that I never used. I want to look at the bottom of this one. Of course.
Oh, that was hand painted. Pintada a mão.
Oh my gosh, hand painted. That's incredible.
And can I just point out above you?
Oh yeah, the chandelier. I hadn't even pointed it out yet.
It's like we were saying, he has this medieval accent to it.
Yeah, this house feels a little bit medieval.
Yeah,
like
there's a little things.
those touches, right? The stone and the arches and everything in this house. And also the furniture that we're seeing is quite medieval. Beautiful. Let's go. The next section of the house. Oh, leave everything in its place. That over there seems like a very interesting table to me. I can see right in front of my eye a picture left behind of a priest giving an hostie, we call it in Dutch. I don't know the English name.
Hostia.
Hostia.
It's kind of the same in Portuguese.
It's the thing that you get when you go to church. Yeah. And this beautiful depiction, probably of the children that lived here. You think this might have been in the church or in the chapel of this place?
No. Not at all.
This is in 77. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh my. There's multiple documents lying here, writings. Oh, this one is unfortunately empty. You see a couple of writings here, booklets left behind, newspapers. Oh wow. Have you seen this one?
No.
Wow. This is probably one of the 4 mothers of this family. Maria. It says over here, like every single woman in Portugal seems to be named Maria.
Yeah. Everyone.
Oh, look at the back of this one.
Oh wow, this is a truly authentic one. Whoa.
That's beautiful. Here you can see, oh, I think these are the same boys perhaps in this picture.
Perhaps, yeah.
This picture seems to be of the same age. Wow. There's some old pictures left in this place. Maybe the father of the family. Again, a young boy coming back, very religious, as you can see. Ah, this is a gift, right?
Yeah. Offer, yeah.
An offer. Yeah. Have you noticed the stairs over here leading down?
Yeah, I just saw.
So I was just talking about the barns, but from here you can probably go in there. Want to have a look?
Yeah. Me first?
Yeah, you can go first,
Thank
no
you.
worries. These are actually not barns.
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, this is a complete living space down here. Wow, this is the living area of the house, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Sofa standing around here. Maybe they converted it later on. Maybe there were barns when it was first constructed, and then afterwards they converted it into sort of a living space.
Yeah. Yeah, because this feels like a part of a wine press.
See, this is the shaft of the wine press,
Yeah.
like where they turn it around, right?
Yeah.
And then they made these holsters on here to have like a candle in between, I think, for later use. See, they welded it on here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, something like that. Interesting. So they converted this whole space. I love this book rack that's hanging here with all these books on here. This one looks very old. Wow. Look at that. Oh, it's completely falling
Yeah,
apart.
it's completely falling
I
apart.
have to be careful. I'm just gonna put it back here.
Have you seen how medieval it is? And
Yeah.
the nails are
Everything
so
in this
old.
house is so medieval, to my opinion.
Yeah.
This chest is incredible. Look at the detail and the carving on it. And there's like a thick layer of dust on top of here after those 4 years. That's gonna be inside. Blankets. Ooh.
That's a
Completely
surprise.
filled with books.
Yeah. And most of them are about the history of Portugal.
People are definitely bookworms and also history lovers, as we can see from the medieval construction of this building as well.
Yeah, true.
Wow, this is an incredible chest. Yeah, it's a bit broken, the chest. The lid doesn't fit onto it anymore.
You can see how beautiful it is.
I love it. I love all the carvings and all the style. Have you seen this one?
Oh, that's a car lantern.
Yeah, of an old car or a
Can you turn it sideways?
or a coach.
Whoa. Yeah, from a coach, a car, yeah. More like a coach, yeah.
And then they converted it later on into an electrical lamp. Yeah, I love this area that we have up here. Sort of their small library that they had inside of their place. All the books and everything still left here. And here, you can even see the glasses of the former person that lived here. Tobacco boxes, normally they store like things in there. This one seems to be empty. And then these enormous books underneath here. Wow. Yeah, cute little living space, I would say.
Yeah.
How the house is constructed, these enormous beams were used to make this house. It's gonna literally last forever, to my opinion. If you look at it,
Yeah.
that's insane. These we see quite a lot in abandoned places, or I would say they're like not uncommon to find. It's these. I think they were like a thing back in the time, but I love how they function. They have like these drawers. Some of them have double drawers. Some of them have single
Individual,
drawers.
yeah.
Oh, this one goes like that.
Wow.
This one has an individual one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, they're quite empty. Some of them have something, but most of them are quite empty. So this is a beautiful drawer that we have over here. There's a picture lying on the floor. Some Portuguese fields. There's even more pictures on top of here.
Oh, wow.
Again, very old pictures, my friend. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would they have them all lying around in this place?
I have no answer for you.
Maria and Jesus?
Yeah. José Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, what a wonderful candle.
That's a candle?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were like, this is an art piece.
Would
No,
it- yeah.
It's just a candle. And then a picture of probably one of their daughters that also left this place quite abruptly. Even more furniture to this side.
Yeah, I was already looking at this rocking chair.
Oh, I've just skipped the rocking chair. Jeez. Portugal is known for their rocking chairs.
Yeah.
Like you guys, unlike any other European country, you guys do have rocking chairs.
Yeah.
But it's uncommon in France, it's uncommon in Belgium, Netherlands. We don't have those. Like very rarely you will find one of
I
those.
mean, we have rocking chairs, but not like a an absurd amount. Just
Not like America.
no.
In America, you have them in every single house.
yeah.
In the United States, I mean. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
The chair broke.
And this chair, oh my God, this chair is so old.
Yeah. Just broke over time. They tried to glue it over here, as you can see.
Yeah.
They tried to repair it multiple times, but eventually, it's just.
But this is a true medieval chair.
Yeah.
And like we talked about in a past video in Portugal, there was the owners of the furniture company.
Yeah.
This,
I will link it up here, the video. Just
Yeah.
check it out, it's really cool.
this one, look at the paws. Look at,
Oh, it even has like a
end.
ball
Yeah.
in its claw. Like,
oh my God, yeah, this is extremely
Truly spectacular.
beautiful.
big chest over here.
Look
Oh,
at-
that's heavy. Oh my gosh.
More books.
Again, completely filled with books to the brim. Pittoresco e elegante. I think this is an Italian book, right?
No, it's Portuguese.
It's Portuguese.
Pitoresco e elegante. We just have
Picturesque and elegant, right? Yeah.
we just have kind of the same words.
That's an
huge
enormous chest. Yeah. It's just a couple of pieces of furniture casually standing here. I don't think they would use this quite often.
I think they use this quite often because it's very.
This looks like a game table to me.
Yeah,
where
this
you
is a
have
cards table.
cards or
So you can just
chess or
slide
whatever.
cards
Yeah.
and they will not slide off because they have
Yeah.
these
Exactly.
red velvet. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then in the corner of the room, I noticed this bureau, this desk standing here. It's quite special. Oh, there's a couple of pictures there again. I see. As you can see. Oh, this look. No, is this the house? No, it's not the house.
No.
Oh, this is maybe a vacation they took and they visited these historic places. Yeah, here where they were at the beach. Is this Nazaré?
No. Next. I cannot understand the writing on that.
Yeah, just the family being at the beach. All these wonderful pictures we can see here.
That looks Portuguese.
Yeah, I think most of these places are Portuguese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely
They're
Portuguese.
Definitely Portugal, yeah.
And then we have this wonderful house over here. Cruzeiro.
Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro is this thing.
Ah, okay. They mostly went to visit religious stuff when they went on vacation. Beautiful tapestry behind there. Depicting somewhere in France, I think, or somewhere in Germany.
Yeah.
Looking at the style of the buildings. I love the way it opens up. And everything is still inside of there. See some goggles here. I don't know what they were used for, but they're quite special. Okay. I see that there's one more room behind here. Let's check it out. Oh.
Oh,
This looks like, yeah, I think maybe a guest bedroom or something.
probably.
Yeah, because it's very far from the other bedrooms in the house. It's literally next to the electricity cabinet over there, as you can
Yeah,
see.
it's so weird. It's next to electricity cabinet. The doors that lead directly outside.
Yeah,
Was definitely converted to be a house because this was probably not a house back in the day.
yeah, maybe the family bought it and then they converted it into a house because they had quite a big family or something.
Yeah, probably.
I love these beds. Have you looked at the crown of the bed here?
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. Wow. Everything is completely filled with dust and not been used in forever. Oh. Wow. That picture is still in a very good shape. It's from 1927, Danny.
Yeah, 20 something.
Oh. That's incredible. And over here, again, a big cabinet completely filled with books, as you can see.
Yeah.
They were definitely bookworms. They love to read.
Yeah.
Ooh. As diploma. Here we see Octavia Pereira from the family. Got a diploma, but I don't know for what. Maybe you can see, Danny?
Diploma de irmão. Santa Casa de Misericórdia. I really don't know. This says brother's diploma. I don't know what.
Brother's diploma.
It's from. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Quite uncertain about it. Okay, let's go back upstairs and let's check out the rest of the house.
Les,
Yeah.
before you go upstairs, I have to interrupt you because you skipped two things that I think are very important.
Okay. Sometimes I just miss things when I'm
I
exploring.
know. And I saw it, and I cannot be finished with this video without showing
Okay.
this thing.
I think you're looking at this device over here.
Yeah,
I was already looking at it, but I didn't talk about it because I didn't know what it
because it
was.
looks like just a piece of metal.
For me, it looks like a chair or something.
No, that thing, is this leather? Yeah, it's real leather. Okay. That
Whoa.
Thing, yeah, no, yeah.
Oh yeah,
it
I have
breaks.
to be careful
It
with it.
breaks.
I know what this is.
Yeah.
I think I know what this
This
is.
is-
Let me show.
This is again a medieval thing. It's gonna get a book. I think people are already understanding what it is.
I think it's like just a standing reading desk or something.
Yeah.
Is it this?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly.
Wow, it's
what it
actually
is.
pretty handy that you can just stand up and read your book.
I mean, no, that's not how it's designed for. This is, for example, if you wanna, at church, you have the pier to read. If you are in an event, like for example in the medieval times, if they wanna read a book out loud in a square,
Yeah,
something
they
like
would use one of these devices to do that.
that. Yeah.
What's the second thing you want to show me?
It's this behind me. I'm gonna step back. Is this chair?
Oh, there's a completely metal chair.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
How did
this-
I skip this?
This is also very medieval. I'm sorry that I'm pointing out very medieval things, but this house had some medieval things when they bought it, for sure.
Definitely.
And this is unique.
Very cool pieces.
Wow.
I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before in a house.
Yeah.
Like this
Medieval
one, this is the first time ever that I see a reading stand like that.
Same. When I looked at it, it was just a piece of metal. But then I really looked at it and I was like, oh, you have to mention in the video.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Now you can go upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Back upstairs. I think this was for the children or something, to not let them fall into the basement. Okay, now we're gonna go through this section of the house. This is the right section. And here again, enormous amount of books. What did you expect? These
Yeah.
people love to read. And I already see a pretty interesting picture down here of what might have been this family. But this picture also seems quite old,
Yeah.
to my opinion. I'm not sure if it were these people. The iron also left behind.
Now just a decorational piece.
Yeah, with an old iron, I would
Yeah,
say. You
yeah.
put coals or something like that in here. And then it's indeed now a decoration piece, yeah. I agree on that. And let's see what we have in the desk. Lots of papers. Lots of writing from these people.
Schedules.
Yeah.
More schedules. Oh no, those are games.
Oh, those are games?
Yeah. It's like a name that starts with an R. VIP, plants that start with an R. Animals
Maybe
that
from
start
the
with an R.
children then.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can also see the Snow White stuff over here. It's a little agenda from one of the children that lived in here. Or a color book, I think. Oh yeah, look. Here one of the children just drew in and yeah. And from this book you can see that the children that lived in here were presumably also still very young when they had to leave this place behind. So it's a boggling question what happened to them. Oh wow. Yeah, it's like a little sitting area over to this side. You can film the lamp above there as well. Again, one of those coach lamps that they
So
converted.
cool.
When I ever get a house for myself, it's gonna be filled with these kinds of things. Oh, we come into the first bedroom over here. Wow. It's actually quite impressive. Like literally after there, you go step right into the bedroom.
Yeah. Whoa, bunk bed.
Love this wall piece over here. Completely made out of cork, if I'm not mistaken. And
I think so, yeah.
has been hand painted, or these are like,
I think.
no,
I have no idea.
I'm not
I think
sure.
it's printed.
But again, a bunk bed for the children. So a lot of children used to live in this place at some point. I can see also above the bed, there's a drawing, which looks like, yeah, wow. That's actually the house that we're in right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let me show. We are in this room at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Complete house you can see on this. That's maybe there's a date on here.
No, that's just a project. Doesn't have dates.
1890 it says,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Where do you see that?
Down here.
No, that's the length of the.
Oh, that's
you
the
see?
length.
Those are measurements of the length of the house.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
And then the bunk bed over here, where 2 children used to sleep. Little drawer. Oh, you can still see. This one is made in 2002.
Yeah.
Drawings that one of the children made. Possibly the house that they drew. Yeah. Flowers. Even more, just watercolor paintings. Wow. Let me show that one. What's this? It's a sort of a
candle.
candle holder.
Yeah.
And this is a perfume bottle, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. Put perfume in there, and you could spray it. I want to look in this grand closet over here as well.
Yeah.
That's completely
Oh,
locked up. But you can see all their clothing and everything is still left in here. So that doesn't mean that these people moved houses or something. No, they literally went away mysteriously. And yeah, crazy. Okay, see this room?
Ooh.
There's another big bedroom.
Yeah, let me show you from this side.
Yeah, so 2 more people used to sleep in this room as well. I find it quite strange that all the bedrooms are like directly connected to each other.
True, and also these doors next here lead outside to the balcony. So
Yeah, so you
bit
could
strange.
come in from every single corner into a bedroom.
Yeah.
That leaves no privacy for the people, I would say. Because in Belgium, every single room has their own door that can be locked.
Of course. I like any other normal house.
Like any other normal
Yeah.
house, exactly, yeah.
I feel like this house was constructed differently.
Yeah, or completely renovated at some point,
Yeah.
yeah. Not built for this family. Let me say that. Love the lamp over here. That used to be a candle holder, but they put an electrical lamp in there later. What do we have on the wall? Oh, beautiful art piece. It's made in '87. Behind you again, then you can see the clothing of these people still left behind. This looks like clothing from a lady. All still neatly hanging in there. And a big lantern from the outside lying on top here. This side, yeah, again,
Oh, be careful.
a similar bed. Oh,
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't close anymore.
Yeah.
Similar bed and similar drawer situation to this side. Wonderful.
Carvings.
Yeah, very Portuguese.
Yeah.
All their magazines still left here. If I look at these magazines, I would definitely not say that they are from 2019.
No.
I would say they are way older than that.
Way older, yeah.
La March, February, the February, March. Okay. And here, to the end of the building, we come into the master bedroom where the parents of this family used to sleep. The parents of the Pereira family. Beautiful bed that we can see here in front of us. Very Portuguese again, all the carvings. Portugal in the time used to make a lot of furniture, and I think nowadays still, right?
Yeah, still.
Still a lot of furniture, but probably not like this anymore.
No, now it's modern
Yeah,
designs.
all is
you know,
modernized.
Things changed.
This is a quite unique chandelier that we have hanging above here. It represents like seashells or clams, and then beautiful ironwork at the top. Love the curvings and everything.
Beautiful.
Let's first look to this side.
Oh, I'm already
Watch out, you're stepping on
the
the
vacuum.
vacuum over there. Rocking chair left here, as usual in Portugal. Then the drawer, the mirror above there, representing the same styles and shapes as the bed itself. Probably they came as a piece.
Look how it's hanging.
Yeah,
Just for a string.
Can fall at any moment. I also see the nail at the top is like slowly coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And to this side of the room, we have a table. Oh! This is a quite recent picture, Danny. This looks like a very recent picture of this family.
Yeah.
They all seem already in a quite, like they're middle-aged or 20, 30 years old.
If the drawings that you saw from the children were from 2002, 2019, they are
So 20,
older.
30 years old right now. I don't see the parents on here, right? These, or maybe these are the parents, these two.
Nah, too young.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's quite of a mystery. Jesus Christ, hanging there. Like usual. Let's look inside of the desk.
If you can open
Oh
it.
no, it's almost
locked.
impossible to open it.
It's empty.
It's quite empty. Again, a medieval candle holder.
With candles.
With candles, yes. Okay, now we can get a better depiction. See, I think these are those children in a younger form. When they were younger. Look, here you can see it. This man is probably this man. This girl is probably this girl. So they look the same. And here is a full family picture, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. The plan still here. Water drawings. Another one of those vintage pictures left here. Whoa, this one looks incredible. Mm-hmm. Let's put it, see where the dust didn't settle. Gonna put it exactly there again. And I'm gonna just have a look inside of here. It's filled with things. What a place. But the mystery hasn't been solved yet. So we have fully documented this place. We tried to figure out what happened to these people, but eventually we couldn't find it out. Danny, what do you think happened to these people? Like,
I have no idea what happened to these people. I just hope they are okay and they just moved on somewhere else.
I hope so too. And just, I hope they are fine. That's my only hope for these people. But they had a beautiful house and we were so happy that we could document it and bring it to the internet forever. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel and write a nice comment in the comment section. There's also a link in the description for Patreon. There you can support the channel and help us find these stories and bring them to the world. Also, in the description, check out Danny. His link is also there.
Thank you.
And thank you for filming, my friend. With that all said, I want to thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week in another epic documentary. Bye bye. Love you.